Hello students, welcome back to another video. I'm your favorite verbal faculty, your vocab Guruji, Pradi. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about best sources to read for your management prep exams. It could be any exam. Now, every exam has a component of reading and English, and that is why this video becomes very important for you. So, pat yourself on the back. You're on the right track with this video. Let's break down what is reading, why should we be reading, and what kind of sources should we be reading from, where did we get the previous RCs from, everything covered in one video. Obviously, if you are a student who's been preparing for any of the management prep exams, you would have realized that reading is a very important skill that you cannot miss. You have to develop a good reading aptitude altogether. Now, what do these exams test you upon? Well, they test you upon a different host of topics. Your topics could come anywhere from current affairs. In fact, in the previous papers, if I'm looking at 24 and 25 paper, I can definitely point out the role of AI has been highlighted in the passages. Okay, so you might get tech-based passages, biosciences-based passages, okay, economics-based passages. I could just put this under economic and business studies kind of passages. Okay, there could be passages on environment. There could also be passages on polity, civic and international relations. Okay, we could also term this as foreign policy. So you might get passages from any of these genres. Okay, you might also get passages right from psychology and philosophy, right? So when you're getting such diverse pick of passages, it becomes very essential that you as a student reads enough to be able to understand not only the jargon but also intent of the author about why he's writing the passage. You'd have to capture three most important things. One being the main idea of the passage. Second one, the author's purpose in telling you about all of this. And the third, the author's tone. So whenever you're reading, these are the three most important things. I would put a star mark like a kid around this, but these are the most important things that you should be reading for. Now, to cover this breadth of magnitude in reading, we need to have an eclectic reading profile. A lot of us might not have read a lot of books when we were kids. Obviously, it's boring to read books, right? And that is one reason why we might not have picked up that habit. But now it's your calling. If MBA is your calling, then reading should be second nature to you. I understand that as a student, you can't just, change everything in a day. You can't become a prolific reader by tomorrow, but you could definitely start. And to start off, the first thing we should do is understand where these passages are actually coming from. We know that these topics would be covered, but where exactly are these passages coming from? So I've compiled list of the last 2 years. If I'm looking at CAT 25 specifically, okay, we had 3 slots, 4 passages per slot. Now, if you look at the sources for these, you could see that there's JSTOR on Internet Archives is again a very huge site. Okay, so I'm not going to be focusing on this. Semantic Scholar again, it's very nice for reading up. Okay, you have the Guardian. I'm just going to talk to you about the important sites that keep on repeating, the important sources that keep on repeating. Okay, no fluff, real thing here. So Aeon keeps on repeating multiple times. If you see in this 1 year itself, there have been two articles from the Aeon. The Guardian is a very well-known source. Okay, we can also see Boston Review. Apart from Boston Review, you also have the Harvard Business Reviews, which sometimes get quoted. The Boston Review gets quoted. Yale Global gets quoted. Okay, you also have the Stanford Reviews, which gets quoted. So there are like multiple good magazines and business article sources that we could actually read from. Okay, now if you just go through this particular source column, you'd see that one of the very surprising things is NCERT. I know that a lot of people think that NCERT is something that you just read in schools, especially if you're from a CBSE school, and then you just leave it. But that is not the whole criterion when you're preparing for your management prep test. Here, right from the starting, if you're a beginner, it's always advisable that you start with the NCERT because the language is very simple. You would also see that the amount of text, the density is very low. So it'll get you into that reading zone. Okay, you don't need to read much. We will discuss about all that in the later parts of this video. But know that the eclectic nature of all these sources is very high. Same way, if you look at 2024, you would see the Guardian, and once again, it's making another visit. You have the Economist, which is a very important, source. In fact, I have seen that in the last several years, Economist is one repeated source. Okay, people take the CAT examiners take Economist to be one of the main sources. In fact, in this very year, you can see that almost three articles or three passages have come from economics. As I've told you, there's been a passage from Yale Global as well. You can also see Huffington Post. So these are all really nice sources for you to read from. But this is the problem. The sources that are present over here, most of them you have to pay for. And I understand this because I was a student too once. I was also preparing for CAT exam. And I know that it's very hard to manage finances. Not everyone can shell out 320 euros or maybe 10,000 a year to just get access of one particular source. In fact, Economist, it costs you around 8,000. If you're a student, it would cost you somewhere around 3,000 or so. But I would rather save that money up to fill my CAT form, the 2,500 that I'll have to pay for the CAT form, correct? So what I'm going to do in this particular video is I'm going to tell you the actual sources that the CAT examiner or the management prep examiners are picking your RCs from. And I'm also going to give you some alternatives. So if you're someone who already has a subscription of this, probably your college has taken a subscription of this, well and good. If you're not someone who has these subscriptions, then I would give you free sources. And if you're a student of Gurukul, then you already have 365 articles, one article per day in your student login available, which are sorted according to the difficulty level. So irrespective of whether you're a beginner or whether you are a pro at reading, you have one article for you every single day. Now, if I were to talk about where should we read from, the clear-cut sources that I would talk first are the Economist. Okay. I would also ask you to read up from bbc.co.uk. Now, this is a very nice source for international relations. Another source is Thomson Reuters. Yes, I would not discount the role played by our very favorite, The Hindu, when we are looking at reading comprehension passages. Having said that, Scientific American is another amazing source that you could go on to for reading up science related articles, but most of these are paid, and that is the issue altogether. So, where should you really read from? That is what we're going to be covering in this next segment. Now, obviously, if you're a student at the Gurukul, we have a library waiting for you, not only the digital resources, but we have a physical library waiting for you at our Hyderabad campus, which has almost all the books and the article sources that I've mentioned. But in case you're following us on YouTube and you're preparing by yourself, commendable job. It takes a lot of discipline. Keep following us, keep being subscribed to us, and this will help you throughout your CAT journey. We're going to be putting down the entire syllabi of CAT videos online so that you could learn with us, you could practice with us. But the only point is you'd have to do your own hard work. Okay, you need to stay motivated, you need to stay consistent. So here's the first source that I would give you. Obviously, Aeon, one of the direct CAT sources and the only free source for CAT. So when you're stepping into Aeon, if you're a beginner, my dears, then I would suggest you first go on to something called as Aeon Ideas. These are short passages. These are dense, but they're short passages. The language is almost similar to what you'd find in the CAT exam, but these are just short. So even if you're a beginner, you can't focus your reading ability for 10, 15 minutes to begin with. In 5 minutes, you can finish this article and you can get the three main points. What's the main idea, what's the tone, and what's the primary purpose. Once you go into the intermediate level, that is where I would ask you to start reading Aeon essays. Now, these get longer, okay? This would take a good amount of your time, a good chunk of your time, I would say, but it's essential that you do it because Aeon essays is one of the most credible sources for your CAT passages. And if you're transitioning into an advanced reader, which I would love for you to transition into, I would want to support you in this journey, then you could start reading the psyche column on Aeon. Okay, these have abstract ideas present. They have philosophy and psychology articles as well. And most of these psyche articles are kind of nice to read. They're very convoluted articles. So you'd enjoy reading it if you're an advanced reader. Again, if you're a beginner, then the first thing that I would ask you to do is to download 9, 10, 11, 12th NCERT books. Okay, just download the NCERT books of 9, 10, 11, 12th. And this you should be doing in the first 1-2 months of your CAT prep. Okay, just first 1-2 months of your CAT prep. Download the books of history, civics or political science, geography, and psychology. Now, psychology, you'll get only the 11th and 12th standard books, but these four books, okay, should be a staple for you. The first 1-2 months, this is what you do when you wake up, you read 5 pages, you put that book down, then you start your day. Before you sleep, you read 5 pages, put the book down, then you end the day. This should become ingrained to you. And obviously, you'd find a lot of new words, a lot of different vocabulary in this, which I want you to note down. Okay, keep a separate notebook for this. Note down all these words. These will be definitely helpful for you to revise, not only before your CAT, but even SNAP and all, which directly test you on vocabulary, unlike CAT, right? So, this is the first source. The second source that I would ask you to go through is something called as the Project Syndicate. So Project Syndicate has dense articles, the language very similar to what is given in the CAT exam. Now I'm going to put down the link for this below in the description along with the other links for every single source that I'm mentioning so that you don't go onto the wrong websites and waste your time. So Project Syndicate is a very nice source, but this is not extremely beginner friendly. So I would say that if you're a beginner, maybe avoid this, go on to the NCERT part. Another great source is public policy documents of Government of India. Okay. You can also check out the DST website, the Department of Science and Technology website. This again a free source. Short articles, short blog posts, although a little outdated, but short blog posts just to get you running. Okay, so if you're a beginner, this would be perfect for you. Now, if you're someone who's a little more experienced or if you've finished this step, then I would want you to go on to the Diplomat. Now, this is another very nice source for business, economics, and international global policy kind of topics. If you want to read eclectically, if you want a combination, a website that has all these topics together, then I would suggest you to go on to the electronic typewriter. I personally have enjoyed reading from this particular source. I find this really nice. I find this has almost all the topics covered. So you could also try and go on to this. Now, one more source that I would give you is the nature.com. This has also been cited in the list of sources that I've shown you in CAT 24, if I'm not wrong. A passage has come from nature.com, has brilliant articles. So this together should suffice your reading quota. And if you still want more reading material, please don't hesitate to comment down, comment reading, and I'll send you 5 more website links where you can read from. But Brady, is reading all this enough? Is this what it takes to clear the verbal ability section of the CAT? Well, technically not. The verbal ability section of the CAT goes beyond you just reading things. It goes into comprehension. It goes into how well you understand, how well you are able to construct the passage in your mind. And for that, if you're a beginner, I would suggest start reading a little bit of fiction, something light. Do not go too strong. So I'm going to suggest you 3 books, 3 very simple books that would actually help you transition from a beginner to an advanced reader. Now, the first book that I would be suggesting to you in this series is something that every verbal faculty suggests. It is The Alchemist. Now, just comment down Alchemist and I'll send you the PDF to this book. If you think that Alchemist is too overrated, everyone reads this, I don't want to read this, I want to be unique, that's okay. Read The 1 Minute Manager is an excellent book. It's hardly 100 pages long and the text is also big enough so you won't feel like, you're tired when you're reading this. Now, if you're someone who is an intermediate reader or an advanced reader, then I would suggest read Dan Brown's books. Okay, you could probably start off with The Digital Fortress or Origin. Okay, this should be really nice. Another book that I would suggest to you is Sapiens by Noah Harari. This is again a very nice book. Okay, although this is a little, bulkier. Now, these books should sufficiently get you to speed for your reading practice for the management prep exams. Again, guys, please do not hesitate to ask us any doubts in the comments. These videos are just for you so that you could be motivated and study for CAT by yourself. If you feel like you've learned something new and if you've gotten some value out of it, please do not forget to hit that like button and share this video with a friend who's also preparing for CAT. It motivates us to keep bringing videos like these for you every single day. Subscribe to this channel. I'm your favorite vocab Guruji, Pradi, signing off from this video. I'll see you in the next one.